I'd like to call the meeting of the Show City Council to order. Show that roll call, all council members are present with the exception of Councilman Judd decided to go on a cruise instead of a council meeting. I don't get it, but whatever. First item on the agenda, I've asked Councilman Whipple to lead the invocation followed by the pledge. If you all like to stand and join us, you may do so.
Our dear Heavenly Father, as we come before Thee this evening, we are grateful for the opportunity that we have to meet as community members and a city council. We are grateful for the employees of the city that have made this meeting possible and for the efforts that they have put in. Father, with this time we ask Thee to please bless us so we can have a good meeting and make wise decisions. We also ask Thee at this time to please bless us with the moisture that we stand in need of as fire season is upon us and the land is very dry. We also ask a blessing to be with the firefighters that are away from their families and battling the blazes here locally as well as across the state. And these things we pray for in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Whipple and Vice Mayor Cavas. Next item on the agenda is call to the public. City Clerk. Or our city attorney. We'll wait on the city clerk.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Any citizen desiring to speak on a matter that is within the jurisdiction of the City Council may do so at this time. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person and shall be addressed to the City Council as a whole and not any individual members. Issues raised shall be limited to those within the jurisdiction of City Council. Pursuant to the Arizona Open Meeting Law, the City Council cannot discuss or act on items presented at this time. At the conclusion of the call to the public, individual City Council members may respond to criticism made by those who have spoken, ask staff to review a matter, and ask that a matter be put on a future agenda.
Thank you. And the city clerk could read it too, you know. Just I can't. We have one, Mr. Roberts.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and community. I am back to remind everybody of our upcoming car show on June 7th and the Cruising the Deuce cruise that we do on the Friday night prior. That runs from the church building down at the corner of Clark and 260 to Toyota, where they host a burger burn that is open to the public. So anybody that wants to go to that burger burn on Friday night the 6th is invited. There will be plenty of food and the meal's always good. There will be lots of parking and they'll get to see. We usually have about 125 to 150 cars that do the cruise. They're all special interest cars. And they will leave the church parking lot at 5:30 and arrive down at Hatch Toyota sometime prior to 6 o'clock. And they'll be parked there for everybody to take a look at. And that's in preparation for the car show, which is the next day. On Saturday, we will have the car show will start at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 7th of June, and it will run until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's free admission to the public. And we would like to encourage everybody to come out and enjoy the cars. We will have lots of vendors around the edge of Frontier Field. It's located at the Frontier Field, which is right down the street from the library and the City Hall right here. We've always had great support from the city, and we want to thank the city and all of the community who support us as the sponsors that we have. We have 6 major sponsors and a whole host of lesser sponsors that really contribute a lot. All of our proceeds, net proceeds from after the cost of the show, are donated to the local Salvation Army office, and their mission is to help people on the mountain, and all the funds that we raise stay on the mountain. So we would like to invite everybody to be here June 6th at 5:30. Line up your chairs along the Deuce Clubs in front of Safeway and all along the Deuce, all the way down to the Maverick Station, and watch all the cars go by, and then come and see them on Saturday. Oh, I still have 15 seconds left. Thanks, have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, next item on the agenda under special events is recognition of winners of the Kid Rock Poster Contest and presentation of prizes. City Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Kids Rock program, which stands for Kids Reach Out for Community Knowledge, is an educational outreach program to teach students about city government. The clerk's office launched the program in the spring of 2001 for third graders at what was then the Show Low Primary School. It was designed to teach them about city government and what it means to be a good citizen. We provide the students with tours of city facilities, including the wetlands, the airport, public works yard, police department, fire district, Show Low TV, and parks and recreation. Staff from each of the facilities explains to the students how each facility operates, and then the program ends with a pool party at the Aquatic Center. We also sponsor a poster contest with prizes for the top 3 winners, and this allows the students to illustrate their idea of community pride. Each winner has been invited to tonight's meeting for the council to recognize them. And just before we recognize them, I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank all of our staff who help out with this program. It is quite a program. It's a project for everybody to kind of get together and to have the kids come in. I know Show Low TV, we'll take them back there in the screen room and does a little video with them. They do the tours around all the different city facilities, and I'm just really thankful for our staff who takes the time to talk with the kids. I see the kids in different areas and throughout the year, and they're just, hey, I saw you during this, or I remember this, and it's just a really cool program, and it's neat to be a part of. And so I just thank staff for their support of this. I know a lot of hours and preparation go into this, and then the support of council too. So then with that, if you will present our prizes.
I will, and I just a few comments myself. I had Councilman Adams help me this year, and he's never done it, and it's kind of, they have so many, and we do a process elimination. He goes, I don't want to. I want to give them all something. So I don't know how many, did you say how many posters roughly?
There's probably about 60 or 70 posters that we get.
So imagine us cutting it down to 3, so it's pretty awesome. But anyway, if we could have, third place was Adeline Almond. You can come up. Adeline, are you here? We'll have you stay up here. We'll get a picture with you. Good job. Just stay right here. Oh. Pretty cool. You want the poster, right? You want this? Second place, Andrea Rios.
Andrea, right?
Andrea. I was close. Here you go. Congratulations. You want to read this one? And in first place, Parker K.
Can you reach up there, Parker?
Here you go.
If I can have all the council, we can get a little group photo if you guys will scoot in.
Right in the middle,
Oh.
buddy.
Parents, if there's any parents want to come up.
Coming to you.
We're coming to me.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah, hold yours. Andrea, let me see yours.
They're cool.
There we go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you guys.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you so much and congratulations. Okay, now you. They if you liked it up here that much, I think we can find room. Come on up. Congratulations, that's so awesome. Okay, next item on the agenda is recognition of the Showa High School cheerleading state champion team. Is there any of the coaches here? If you could come up, what we're going to do is name off all the names and the ones that are here, because I know there's only a few of you. Come on up, we'll get a group picture, but what we did this year is kind of got you guys a blanket. I think you guys like blankets, so. Yes, we do. Anyway, if you
Okay,
can,
if you guys can come and stand here, we're gonna call up the girls too that are here.
and they're all back there. You guys could just wait here, we'll call up the girls all at once.
So our coaches this year were Rebecca Skinner, Annika Hahn, Shanley Finch, Megan Alcantar, Samantha Atchley. Our athletes were Darian Gabler, Bailey Brower,
Run!
Bentley Finch, Ellie McGregor, Lily Angel, Miley Darden, Brooklyn Rosenloff, Kylie Hogan, Sadie Matheson, Marley Finch, Kiara Neese, Gabby Foster, Ireland Connor, Kenzie Harper, Lam Tram, Jordan Coppin, Carolee Hoke, Arle Woodenberg, Risto McCombie, Evie Lunt, Melanie LeBlanc, Kalina Cantor, Alexandria Ellerby, Shelby Cuneo, Raya Patel, Vidhi Bhatta, Journey Farnsworth, Brooklyn Ellsworth, Riley Higbee, Briley Montemuro, and Bailey Chris.
Congratulations. Obviously, there's some great cheerleaders in our community, but I was just informed they have great coaches too. This is like 8 years in a row for these girls, so obviously the coaches are amazing.
I think their coaches were in high school.
They're still in high school. Group picture.
Yep.
Guys shift around or get in front of each other or somehow. Come on, coaches, get them in order.
No, I tried deodorant. I just started.
Just not tonight. Tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna be here, so I thought, why bother?
Might not have eardrums afterwards.
Congratulations, thank you, girls. Gosh, 8 years in a row. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you have to stay for the whole meeting. No, I'm joking. They're like, wait, what?
Do they know their blankets are back there?
Yeah, coaches, don't forget their, yeah.
Okay. What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody's not happy.
He wanted to stay for the whole meeting.
No, it's the financial part of it. He likes that part.
Yeah, the budget.
All righty, next item on the agenda is presentation of changes to the fiscal year 2026 city manager's recommended budget for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026. Mr. Johnson.
Mayor, good evening, Mayor and Council. The presentation for tonight doesn't require any council action. It's just to go through the changes that we made after the department meetings with the council. Our new budget number is $134,536,984. So tonight we're going to review that, and then on June 3rd we have the tentative budget adoption. On the 17th, final budget adoption, and then on July 15th will adopt the secondary tax rate for the streetlight improvement district. This is a historical chart for our budget versus our actual expenditures for the last 5 years, and then a estimate for the proposed for 2026. So on the operating revenues, during the recommended budget process, we had $82.3 million. We had about $715,000 in modifications to the revenue, and that was just an increase to the sales tax budget number for next year. And the new draft tentative budget number for operating revenues is $83 million. And then we do have all the unbudgeted reserves that we did review with the council at our previous meeting. On the revenue changes for the fund balance, the first line item you'll see is a reduction. A lot of that has to do with projects that didn't carry over to the next year because they were being completed. The 715 was the sales tax number, and then we had to make an adjustment of $41,000 to the operating transfers. For the expenditures, I wanted to talk a little bit about the expenditure limitation. So our recommended budget when we last met was $135.5 million. With the modifications, the new budget number is $134.5 million. We do have estimated transfers, which for the purposes of the expenditure limitations are excluded from the total. And then our new adjusted city budget without the transfers would be $126.5 million, which leaves us currently under the state expenditure limitation about $24,000. So we haven't really been in this position before, being so close to the expenditure limitation, but we do have several big projects. We have a lot of carryovers. So that's why we're so close this year, but the way the budget is currently sits, that we're $24,000 under that limit. So these are a couple of changes on the expenditures from capital carryovers. These are 2 projects that we were expecting to have to push to the next year's budget that we think we're going to be able to get done in the current fiscal year. The Golf and Country Club subdivision, that's a repave, and then the 11th Street improvements, which you've seen probably going on over there by Monica's Cafe and along 11th Street. So that both of those were able to come off of fiscal year 26, which reduced our amount and helped us get under the expenditure limitation. Other changes, a couple of these, the EA to construct the runway 220 on taxiway D, the planning. We weren't sure if we were going to have to pay that and get reimbursed, or if the state was going to pay that, or the federal government was going to pay it, but it turns out we are going to have to pay it, so we did increase that number, and we'll get reimbursed for that, but we do have to show it as a project, the full price, because we do have to pay it out of our budget. The phone system was a duplicate, so we were able to reduce that by half. The insurance premiums we had originally budgeted at $300,000. Over the last 4 or 5 years, we've got a significant rebate on our premiums, and we were kind of planning for that this year, and then we got notified that they were going to be charging full amount with no rebates for this year, so we had to boost that by $350,000. The multi-use path is a project that is going to be funded by the state, so we were able to reduce that. And the event center, we initially had $16 million, and we're going to have to take that down by 1.7 to 14.3 million to stay under the expenditure limitation. Any questions on those? So summary of changes, the 2 projects that we were able to eliminate from next year's budget, $967,000, and then we had the additional modifications of $2.2 million. So $23.1 million. And then just to wrap up, we'll continue to monitor revenues and economic activity. The tentative budget is a couple of weeks out, so we won't be able to do a lot of changing at this point. But we'll keep track, and if we find anything significant, we'll bring it to the council at the tentative budget adoption. And then after the tentative is adopted, we can't make any more increases to the budget, but we can still make reductions until final budget on June 17th. And the last item to cover is the sanitation rate. We did get a CPI increase request from Waste Management per the contract, and that's a 4.9% increase, which will be $1.02 for the first cart and the recycle cart, and then the additional carts will go from $13.25 to $13.90. And I'm available for any questions.
Any questions or comments? Looks good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is consent calendar. Will I entertain a motion to accept the consent calendar for proclamation by the mayor proclaiming May 22nd, 2025 as Mickey Rogers Day, consideration of approval of additional grant match funds, consideration of emergency facilities and land use agreement, and consideration of the minutes of the Show City Council meeting on May 6, 2025. Got a motion? Got a second? Councilman Adams, all those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Next item on the agenda under new business is consideration of an application submitted by Dana Gale Foster for permit extension of premises patio permit for Buffalo Nickel Brewery and Grill at 402 North Clark Road, Show, Arizona. Mrs. Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Dana Gale Foster submitted an application on behalf of Buffalo Nickel Brewery and Grill located at 402 North Clark Road for a permanent extension of its premises. The Buffalo Nickel Brewery and Grill currently holds a number 6 bar liquor license, which allows for the sale and on-site consumption of beer, wine, and spirituous liquors, as well as limited off-sale to-go privileges. The applicant seeks to permanently extend the licensed premises to include the nearby Buffalo Bills Tavern and Museum. The intent is to allow the seamless movement of alcohol and customers between both locations under a single liquor license. This shared license arrangement is intended to support operational flexibility, improved customer service, and simplified logistics for staff and inventory management. Buffalo Bills Tavern and Museum currently holds a number 12 restaurant liquor license, which allows the sale of beer, wine, and spirits for consumption on the licensed premises. The applicant has expressed their desire to surrender their number 12 restaurant liquor license if the permanent extension of premises is approved. The two establishments are under common ownership management and are in close proximity with no public or vehicular barriers that would prevent safe and controlled transfer of alcohol between venues. As required by state statutes, the Buffalo Nickel Brewery and Grill must apply for a permanent extension of premises patio permit from the Department of Liquor Licenses and Control with approval from the City Council. Also, as required by statute, the application must include a diagram showing the proposed physical alteration of its licensed premises, which has been attached to your council packet. The Shola Police Department conducted a background check on the applicant and found nothing amiss. The Department of Liquor Licenses and Control conducts its own internal investigation and background checks. And based on the investigator's finding and the recommendation of City Council, the State Liquor Board will decide whether to approve or deny the application. And just note that if the City Council chooses to recommend denial of the application, the motion must state the reasons for the denial. And Mr. Martinson is here for any questions. Thank you.
Questions? Comments? I do. Mr. Martinson, can you come up, please? Yes. And I know why you are doing this, and it just makes more sense. But my concern is that this drawing, how accurate is it? Because it doesn't encase your event center that you're building, and I'm just curious if the drawing's off or what.
Oh, absolutely. The drawing that I gave as part of the application is accurate.
Okay.
The application that we have already discussed and had approved with the liquor department is accurate. We actually show a fencing that encloses the area where we will disperse any type of alcohol beverages. And the biggest thing for us is this should have happened a year ago, but we took the easy way out by getting that number 12 liquor license. But we are all one. We actually at Buffalo Bills sell the biggest share of Buffalo Nickel beer, and it's necessary for a survival standpoint. So right now we have all these negative signs. When you leave Buffalo Bills, you can't go over to the brewery with any alcohol beverage. The brewery can't bring a beer from the brewery over to Buffalo Bills, even though it's a couple steps away. There's no, it seemed to be an error. And once we identified all of the issues with the liquor department, they were 100% in agreement. The state inspector came and spent time with me and said, "Hey, this is absolutely the way to do this." And it is going to be a little bit more convenient to be able to deal with one set of rules and regulations between the two facilities. Like Rachel mentioned, gosh, we're one owner, one operator. We bring staff back and forth. We bring kitchen things back and forth. So we are one destination, and we just want to operate like that.
And I completely agree. I think you should have done it a year ago too, but the only concern I had was the drawing, because I didn't want you to have to come back if that's not accurate, because I know the event center is totally south of this drawing. But if you have it, because I know the liquor department came up here and inspected the property, like you said, I think last week. So I just didn't know how accurate our drawing was compared to what you turned in. I just want to make sure it covers all of that.
It's a good representation of where the area is and how closely attached those two different parcels are.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? I can't have you sit back there without talking, so.
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. All right, I'll bring it back to the council for motion. Vice Mayor.
I move to recommend approval to the State Liquor Board of the application submitted by Dana Gail Foster on behalf of Buffalo Nickel Brewery and Grill for a permanent extension of its premises.
Got a motion, need a second. Got a second by Councilman Hatch. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, sir. Okay, next item on the agenda is consideration of resolution number R 2025-14, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with Navajo County for construction of 6 lateral connectors to Middle Mile Network. Mr. Hempsaw.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Navajo County is installing fiber optic connectivity throughout City of Shoalo and Greater Navajo County as a part of the Middle Mile Fiber Installation Project. The City of Shoalo has a fiber connection at City Hall and VPN connections at external sites, Public Works, and the Aquatic Center. While this similar work is being completed countywide, City would like to take this opportunity to utilize the contractor's expertise and extend the fiber connections to key city facilities. The scope of the project includes utilizing the county's contractor, EX Squared, to bring lateral fiber connections to the City of Shoalo sites listed below, creating a complete fiber connection to all city buildings, with City Hall acting as the hub. This fiber addition will connect our city facilities, adding internet speed and quality to the network. The locations that the fiber connections will connect to include Public Works, the wastewater treatment plant, police department, Frontier Park, the airport, and City Hall. The cost of these fiber connections will be $467,138.56, which has been budgeted for this fiscal year and will be paid to the county through the intergovernmental agreement. The anticipated start of construction for the city's 6 laterals is in the fall of 2025. Staff recommends adopting resolution number R 2025-14, authorizing the intergovernmental agreement with Navajo County for the 6 lateral fiber connections to the Middle Mile Network and authorizing the mayor to sign said agreement. The IGA is attached. I'm here for any questions, and I have my ace in the hole, Chris DeWalt, here for the hard questions.
Questions or comments? I just one comment. When is this going to get online? Do we know?
I don't think it'll be till after the first of the year, I believe. If I'm wrong, Chris. The work will start this fall and go into winter. They're wrapping up a lot of the county work around. You've seen them going down the state highways, coming down 77, going out on US or State Route 262. So probably after the first year before things really get connected and put back together.
Thank you.
Just a comment, as fast as they move, you'd think it's going to be next week.
They've been popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
This is the point of this is just take advantage while they're sitting there, just while they're shooting bores to turn that way and shoot one for us and then keep going. So
That makes sense.
Great.
Any other questions, comments, or motions? Vice
So
Mayor.
make a motion. I move to adopt resolution number R 2025-14, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with Navajo County for the 6 lateral fiber connections to the Middle Mile Network, and authorize the mayor to sign said agreement.
Got a motion, I got a second by Councilman Adams. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed, motion passed unanimously. Thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is consideration of award of construction contract for Archbeck Park Restroom, City of Show Low Project, FM 7925, Mr. Cup. And I'm so glad to see this going on at that park. It's well needed.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, indeed. City of Show Low fiscal year 2025 budget includes funding for the construction of a new public restroom at Archbeck Park, located at 81 North 5th Street. The work includes, but is not necessarily limited to, the construction of a restroom facility that will include 3 ADA accessible restrooms in a single building. There will be 1 separate men's room with 2 stalls, 1 water closet, 1 urinal, 1 separate women's restroom with 2 water closet stalls, and a family restroom with a single water closet and ADA adult changing station. There will also be a small storage closet with a separate exterior door. The restrooms will also have sinks, paper and soap, product dispensers, and other necessary appurtenances. The building will be approximately 28 feet by 13 feet 4 inches and 373 square feet in area. The city will remove the existing restroom building and extend power, water, and sewer to within 5 feet of the building. The contractor's scope also includes the connections to existing power, water, and sewer services. The city prepared plans and specifications and bid documents for the project. The building will be a duplicate of the recently constructed restrooms at the city campus and at the Show Low Lake Group camping area, which is scheduled to be completed hopefully by the end of the week. A schedule of values is also required as part of the contractor's bid. The contractor will complete usable and operable facilities in accordance with all pertinent codes and regulations as necessary to complete the job in a workmanlike manner. Staff solicited bids from contractors to construct the building. The project was publicly advertised per statutory requirements, and 3 bids were received. The bid results follow. LDNB LLC, $143,400. DW Lusk Contracting LLC, $218,071.10. Low Mountain Construction Incorporated, $319,341. Staff recommends awarding the construction contract for Archbeck Park Restroom, City of Show Low project number FM 7925 to LDNB LLC in an amount not to exceed $143,400. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments?
Make a motion.
Or motions?
I move to award the construction contract for Archbeck Park Restroom, City of Show Low project number FM 7925, LDNB LLC in an amount not to exceed $143,400.
Got a motion, got a second by Councilman Hatch. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Cup. Appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is summary current events. Uh-oh. Is that a yes? You do have something?
Yeah, I do.
Vice Mayor.
I just wanted to, if you haven't heard about it, there will be a state BMX race here in Show Low on June 12th, 13th, and 14th. So it's a pretty big deal, and we get a lot of really great feedback on our facilities. So if you haven't had the opportunity to go out and participate with the BMX riders, it's a really fun and great event, and the city does a great job. Our staff does a great job, as well as the BAD family. So I welcome you to join us.
Thank you. Anybody else? I have a couple comments. One real quick that I've noticed. I just want to thank Public Works, Rick and his staff for cleaning up our town. They're walking up down the Deuce of Clubs, they're weed eating. It just looks great. We're even doing state easements because we want to, I guess, because we want our town to look good. But Rick and his staff are doing a fantastic job year round. The other thing, just a comment. We did a show Commander McNeil and I last week, and myself last week, about slowing down. You know, we're having way too many wrecks in our community. People are in a hurry. Everybody's turning left out of Safeway. It's a very dangerous time of the year in Show Low. And I always tease everybody, don't turn left in Show Low during the summertime, and it's a fact. It really is. You need to take your time. I know, you know, we don't want, but we can't put up a traffic signal at every intersection. You know, Safeway, Cal Ranch, we just can't keep going down the road. Where do you stop? So the show should be coming out in a week or so, but please slow down. Leave earlier. It's going to get crowded. It's so sad to see all the wrecks that are out there. I know PD's responding and fire are responding. It seems like all the time. Every time I hear a siren, I feel there's another wreck. It's not all the time, but please slow down. Be safe out there and take your time. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a couple quick things to remind you of. We have our farmers market that goes on every Saturday from 9 to 1 at the Festival Marketplace. We're coming up on our first annual Show Low Junior Rodeo. That'll be June 6th and 7th at the Linden Valley Arena. Events will start at 6 p.m. This includes events such as the parent offspring roping, barrel racing, ribbon roping, mutton busting, calf riding, steer riding, and other events. The registration's already open. It closes May 1st. To register, you can visit showlow.activityreg.com. We still have our Project Clean Sweep going on. Residents can still dump green waste for free for the remainder of this week until Saturday, May 24th at Dirty Deeds Green Waste at the Cinder Pit. And then bulky item pickup will begin the week of Monday, June 2nd through Thursday, June 6th. Items should be placed in front of your residence next to the roadway by 7 a.m. You can also haul debris to the Lone Pine Transfer Station from Monday, June 2nd through Saturday, June 7th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are closed from lunch from noon to 12:30. And then this coming Monday, we have our Veterans of Foreign Wars. Their VFW Post 9907 is going to hold a commemorative service May 26th at 10 a.m. at the City Cemetery to honor the servicemen and women who paid the ultimate price. If you do choose to come, bring a chair, and or otherwise you're going to stand up for a while. So it's nice to have a chair there. Thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Thank you. Anybody need seconds? Schedule a meeting. Oh,
One more thing I
Councilman
was just going to
Bacon.
mention, this Thursday we've got graduation for the high school, so try and avoid Old Linden between about 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Traffic's going to be pretty rough. Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I was talking to the principal the other day. I think this is the first year, I think that's what he said, that all 4 classes are 200 plus kids. Is that kind of a true statement? So there's over 206, I think, graduated from Show Low this year. So that's incredible. We didn't have that many in the whole high school when we, never mind. Okay, nobody needs seconds. See no more business before this council. I'll adjourn this meeting. Thank you, guys. Whoa,
On the scheduling of meetings, we just wanted to reschedule. We were going to do a work session this time, but Councilman Judd was gone, so is everybody available on June 3rd for a work session on our downtown park? Does that work for everybody? Okay, we'll probably schedule that then for the 3rd.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, now there's no more business for this council. I will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, guys.